It is reported that there's a coalition rift this morning. Vince Cable suggesting that it's time to start borrowing money because interest rates are so low, totally against the idea of Plan A, which I think you're a economic Plan A. Will you be having a word with Dr. Cable?
Well, Vince and I actually happen to be seeing each other this afternoon about sort of the budget, which is coming out the week after next. Look, I mean, Vince's article is actually it's worth reading. It's a very thoughtful article. He showed it to me, he showed it to the Prime Minister, he showed it to the Chancellor, and there's a lot there I think everyone would agree with.
Is there a rift?
Well, hang on, let me just explain because if I may, just do we have literally 20 seconds?
Please, no, please, absolutely.
Everybody agrees.
20 minutes. I sense you're busier than me.
Everybody agrees on the crucial importance of capital investment. What does that mean? What's the jargon mean? It means money into housing, into transport, into energy, things that we need for the future, but also create jobs and get the wheels of the economy moving. I totally agree with that. I happen to very much share Vince's frustration that some of the kind of capital investment schemes, they take so long. We've got great news about Crossrail. That's really moving now here in London, but there are a lot of other schemes. Some of the schemes that the Treasury set up, they've offered lots of guarantees for infrastructure projects, do seem to take a long time going. And I've been probably more outspoken than Vince about the fact that I wish Labour hadn't made these dramatic cuts in capital investment budgets that we inherited from them. The question is not, is capital investment a good thing? I think everybody agrees on that. Everybody agrees on that in the coalition. It's how do you pay for it? And this is where Vince, he's not actually saying we should borrow pots of money tomorrow. He's actually saying, look, this is where the balance of judgment is. This is where we need to balance the risks. And I guess the question everybody needs to ask, and Vince would be the first to acknowledge this, is that if you do decide to say, oh, well, to hell with it, let's borrow £40 billion, £20 billion, just huge amounts of money. Because the only point of doing this is if you do it on a big scale. The risk, of course, and I'm sure Vince, and I know Vince acknowledges this, is this that unwittingly, of course, you then make it more difficult for everybody else because interest rates might then go up. A 1% increase in interest rates, worth remembering, would cost the average family paying off the average mortgage in this country £1,000 extra per year. So I'm afraid there is no cost-free, risk-free, magic wand solution to this. We all want more money into capital. The debate is, how do you find that money?